Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out here this morning. Beautiful day in downtown. Great place to be today and every day. I'm Matt Nelson, Public Parking Manager for the City of Sioux Falls, and today we're going to talk about some changes that we're making to public parking to help increase business and support the businesses of downtown, and some actions that was recently implemented by our City Council. Last fall, Councilor Jennifer Siggety worked with her colleagues in the City Council to approve an ordinance to create a 10-foot drive lane on Phillips Avenue. That's where the vehicles cannot extend into the drive lane for safety reasons. We want to talk about that today and the implementation of that process. It's often been referred to as the extended vehicle ordinance, so you'll probably hear it referred to as that. And it will affect about 4 blocks of Phillips and 140 parking spaces, but the rest of downtown will be available for all vehicles, and this will affect vehicles that are probably 18 to 19 feet long on Phillips Avenue. We have lots of parking downtown, so again, we have over 4,000 public parking spots, and we have over 13,000 spots when you consider public and private spots, and these 140 spaces will be restricted to shorter vehicles to increase traffic flow and prevent safety issues. The ordinance goes into effect May 1st of this year. It was passed in 2024, and we will begin issuing citations on that date. With that, we will prepare for that starting in the next week. On the night of April 13th, we will actually paint a white line along the back of Phillips Avenue. This is a visual cue for customers so they know if they're in violation or not. If you extend over that line into the drive lane, you would be issued a citation for that. In addition to that, we are going to post signs on every affected meter and parking spot along Phillips. It'll be very simply say that the vehicle must not extend past the white line, so very simple to understand. So that will help assist our customers and the citizens to know, hey, I can't park my extra large vehicle there. So signs will go up, labels will go up at the time of the striping, but again, we will not enforce until May 1st because that's when the ordinance actually goes into effect. So another exciting announcement that we want to bring forward is text to park. So we partnered with the Sioux Steel District this year to bring forward text to park options. It's just an option to pay with your own phone at any parking meter, any parking zone by simply texting a word or a code to 25023, and then it will send you a secure link where you can pay for your parking. We've been running this with the Sioux Steel District for approximately 3 weeks. We've worked through all the bugs, all the integrations, and we're very confident with how well it works and the feedback we've gotten from citizens on it. It's a very simple process to work. Again, it's a text. There's a very clearly labeled 45-cent convenience fee that applies to that, and once you fill that out, you'll pay by your license plate, and then you will select how much time you want to buy, and then it will run the charge on your credit card. Some of the nice features of this is we can bring this to every parking meter downtown, which includes smart meters, what we refer to as dumb meters that currently don't take credit cards. So it will open up our downtown and make it more accessible for everyone. The other nice thing is it will send you reminders. So to help avoid that citation that you could potentially get, you'll get a reminder that your time is going to expire 10 minutes before your meter expires or your time expires, so you can extend that on your phone or make an additional payment or hurry to your car and get to your next appointment. So we're excited to bring that forward. It really brings us into the 2025 new year with some conveniences that are downtown and our citizens have been asking for years. So this will affect, again, approximately 900 meters downtown. It will go on our current smart meters and current dumb meters. And again, we've got roughly 4,000 total parking spaces available in our public parking system. There's well over 13,000 when you look at public and private. So in the scope of the things, again, much easier to use. Phase 1 of this will be rolling it out to all of our meters, and then the next phase of that will be rolling it into all of our lots and ramps also. So we are looking at this as a universal application to use in our system. At this time, I'd like to invite Brandon Hanson, the president and CEO of Downtown Sioux Falls, forward. He's going to talk about some additional changes that we're working on with them.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brandon Hanson. I am the CEO of Downtown Sioux Falls Incorporated, the nonprofit. I'm thrilled to be here today to express just the importance of continuing to evolve the downtown district as a whole, including parking, for the needs of the businesses and the community at large, really. Of course, these parking changes fall right in line with that, so it's exciting to hear that these changes are coming in less than a month. Our collective goal as a unit here is to keep downtown vibrant, welcoming, and accessible, and this often happens through enhancements to the district. That could be improving parking like today, or expanding the DTSF Ambassador Program, or even putting on incredible events like the Downtown Burger Battle. In late 2023, the Sioux Falls City Council adopted the 2035 Downtown Plan, which was the result of an 18-month-long process, highly extensive, highly collaborative. It brought together the community, the city, DTSF, and a variety of other stakeholders in smaller groups. This plan provides a detailed look at parking throughout downtown and is littered throughout the document, which is about 200 pages long. We have that on our website. The city has it on theirs as well, so if you're interested in looking at that. Not only that, over the past 2 years, DTSF has made an intentional effort to do our own outreach. And so that included forums, we've conducted surveys, had face-to-face meetings with members over and over again, and the overwhelming majority of participants supported a more consistent and actively managed parking system throughout downtown, which includes these specific enhancements happening on May 1. And last year, the DTSF Development Council, which is an advisory board to our overall board and the DTSF board, adopted a policy statement expressing that the public parking system should be used as an economic development tool, while specifically using tactics like leveraging technology for payment, using pickup and drop-off zones, expanding enforcement hours, and implementing more effective communications. As part of the enhancements starting in May, DTSF is encouraging the city to implement the approved policies, but also highly supportive of continuing to expand those enforcement hours in support of the small businesses throughout downtown. We have parking data from other cities, success stories, research agencies, highly reputable, including the International Downtown Association, that talk about over and over again that an actively managed parking system supports businesses and leads to stronger business performance every time. In fact, the research shows specifically that each parking spot has an opportunity cost of about $20,000 of annual revenue for the small businesses in that area if they're turned over more frequently. So each enhancement starting May 1 ultimately support that and support the turnover at the curb and at the meter, which will ultimately increase foot traffic and eventually sales for these businesses who desperately need it. So at the end of the day, downtown exists, the organization specifically exists to increase foot traffic, drive economic impact, and support the businesses in downtown. And all of these changes do that. So thank you for doing that. Thank you so much to the city for allowing DTSF to be part of this conversation, for hearing our membership base. Thank you to the members who showed up today to support this and be part of this conversation too. Your feedback is critical to what we do. And with that, next up, I'm going to invite Councilor Jennifer Siggety to talk about why downtown is amazing. Come on up.
It is amazing. Good morning, everybody. I'm Jennifer Siggety. I serve on the City Council, and it is amazing. And what a beautiful day we had to be able to share this message with everybody. So shortly after I was sworn into office last year, I started working with the city teams and downtown Sioux Falls on a few initiatives to support downtown. One of the things that I heard a lot from residents down here was there are these 4 blocks of Phillips Avenue that sometimes passing a car is a little difficult because we have large vehicles that are extending into the drive lanes. And so working with Councilor Rich McCouris, we started researching other communities that maybe had this problem and some of the solutions that they implemented. We looked at Omaha in particular and kind of tailored our ordinance after theirs. Rapid City also has a similar ordinance, and so we brought forward what's now being called the Extended Vehicle Ordinance, and it passed City Council last fall to be in effect May 1st, as you heard earlier. So, and as I was working on that Extended Vehicle Ordinance, the topic of extended hours of enforcement was brought up several times, and the possibility to help downtown, but the timing just needed to be right. So for this initiative as well, so we're bringing that here today to talk about that. I really enjoyed working with Downtown Sioux Falls and the city on these initiatives, and I'm happy to be here to answer any questions you may have. And this time I'll turn it back over to Matt Nelson with parking. Thanks.
Thank you, Councilor Siggety. So we've been pretty busy in the last month. We've been moving faster than I've probably ever moved in government activity. Extended hours has been a topic for parking downtown for years. And we've been asked to do it. There's always been concerns like COVID that have come up, or it's a change of administration. There's just lots of things where it's put some challenges in place to move that forward, even though we're getting the requests from downtown businesses and our downtown Sioux Falls organizations. So we know now is the time. They've come and asked us to do it, and we kind of weighed what we had going on. We have a lot of changes with the extended vehicles. We're bringing a more convenient payment option, so it made sense to do this all in one full sweep and get it done and bring those changes forward to support our businesses downtown. So that is the major change. It is a 9 to 5. It'll be Monday to Saturday enforcement for our meters. I want to make it very, very clear that our off-street parking will remain free on evenings and on Saturdays. So if you choose not to pay those meters on a Saturday, we've got thousands of parking spots and lots and ramps literally within a half a block of our busiest areas of downtown, where you can still park in there for free. There's elevators, there's gates, there's stairwells. It's literally a half a block. So there are free parking options available. Just take a short walk in our beautiful and vibrant downtown and enjoy the same thing and stay for a little longer at no cost. So we're excited, and part of this is just it's our growing and booming downtown. We have had hundreds of new residences added to downtown. We've got retailers full along Phillips Avenue. We have great amenities like the Riverwalk, the new Jacobson Plaza that's coming, the dog park downtown, all these fantastic amenities that everyone can enjoy for free, and we still have free parking available, but we will reserve that curbside parking for our retailers. We're asking customers to pay for those, and that's really for those short trips. You're in and out, you're buying something, you're having a quick meal. If you're gonna come down here all day, use the ramps and lots. They're there for your use. With that, we'll take any questions you may have. Yes, it'll be downtown wide. And we are just seeing a rapid growth throughout downtown. What used to just be our historic shopping district on Phillips Avenue is now Jacobson Plaza. It's now the Steel District. You're hard pressed to find a parking spot in the Steel District on a Saturday with this weather and everyone taking their family and pets downtown to walk the Riverwalk. So it's everywhere.
What happens to the app, the Park Smarter or whatever? Is the city still going to utilize that app for parking, or is that kind of phasing out with this?
Long term, we want to phase that app out. It will stay active until we slowly phase it out. So the meters and our parking will be enforced and payable as they are signed on the meter or in our ramps and lots currently.
Are you changing like what it costs, like what a parking ticket costs at all? I mean, is it still $10 if I see a yellow ticket on my windshield, or is that changing?
Rates are all the same. Do we need to look at a rate plan? Probably. It's been a decade since we've reviewed our rates for meters, off-street parking, lease parking, and tickets. We have some of the lowest, we have the best value citations in the state. I'll just throw that out there. But we want it to be appropriately priced to deter people from parking too long. But at now there are no plans to do any immediate changes.
Is it $10 in the Steel District too, or is it more expensive?
The citations are the same. They are city citations, so the exact same. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see an increase in revenue. We'll also see an increase in expenses. So typically, what we projected, it's one more day a week, so roughly 20% of what we bring in now at meter revenue. So you're probably adding $100,000. That being said, we'll probably bring in some part-time, potentially a full-time staff member to help support the hours expansion. But all of that money stays in downtown. Thank you for bringing it forward. That we are an enterprise fund, so any money that comes into our system pays for our equipment, pays for our payment processes, pays for improvements to lots and ramps, and they are expensive to maintain. Parking ramp is roughly $400 per space per year over the life of that ramp, just in maintenance cost. So they are significant, and that's how we keep it paid for. So this is not supported by general tax fund, no property taxes, no sales taxes. It's all through the fees that we collect from users. Mm-hmm.
For lack of a better term, I wonder if you would address what safety measures are in place in the parking ramps that you can use on next weekend.
Sure, it's a common thought that people have concerns about going into parking ramps. So one of the main things we do is we want to make sure there's adequate lighting. We also use an outside security company on nights and on weekends. We have internal staff that are there throughout the days, working through the stairwells, making sure that they are cleaned up, that there are people that, if they shouldn't be in there, there's no loitering allowed. So we have constant active security patrols, and we do have cameras in all of our facilities at this time.
I know in that downtown plan, one of the other things that was discussed was the idea of like premium parking rates, like specifically in this downtown shopping area. Would that be something that could be looked at along with the rate plan you talked about? Is that something that's under consideration still?
I think everything's open for discussion and consideration. I do think it is a potential option to look at. We'd have to price that into our rate structure, and what we would call it would be progressive or premium parking rates. So, maybe the first hours are $1 an hour or $1.50 an hour. But if you want to stay for hour 3, it goes to $3 an hour. Hours 5, 6, 7 at a meter could go to $7 or $8 an hour. I will tell you this is something that Rapid City is considering currently. They're looking at their rate structure, so this is not an unusual or uncommon thing, but many cities do implement that. The ramps and lots, again, then would stay at a flat rate because that's where we want people to spend their time if they're here all day. And the curbside parking, again, is premium parking. We want it for people that are going in for a meal, to buy something. It's that quick turnover, and we want them in and out.
Some of the 2-hour parking, free parking that's along Phillips Avenue, are you looking at converting any of that into paid?
At this time, no. There's no to convert any 2-hour parking to paid. We have not actively looked at that. There are some that we may, because we will enforce them for the time zones or as they are signed. So, for example, we've got some 1-hour parking along, 10th, 11th. So that's not real convenient if you want to park on that on a weekend. It's really more convenient to pay for an hour or two, maybe 3, and use that, especially when you've got a ramp a half a block away that's free. So we might try to change some behavior, but we don't have immediate plans to do that.
Forgive me if you mentioned the citation for extended vehicle, is that $10?
An extended vehicle is actually considered prohibited parking, and that's a $15 citation.